What is going on? Thank you for downloading the free Budget Warrior tool. I'm excited to walk you through how to fill it out, as well as share with you the automated budget system. This is a system I built after I've been in planning 11 years, after about 5 years seeing so many clients really struggle sticking to a budget. I created this system to help streamline the process. And after implementing this, I've seen my clients significantly improve their finances, turn around their finances, sticking to the budget, and start making massive progress towards their financial goals. So excited to share the same system with you that I share with my clients. A little about me, if you don't know anything about me, my name is Jimmy Murphy. I am a certified financial planner. Been in planning, as I mentioned, 11 years. During that time, I have helped thousands of people get organized with their finances and make significant progress and achieve their financial goals. And I founded Money Warrior Academy ultimately to help people gain more confidence in, gain control of, and make progress and achieve their personal financial goals. So let's dive into the automated budget system. What is it? How does it work? And how can it help you significantly increase how much you're able to save and improve progress in your own personal finances? So you've got access to the Budget Warrior tool. I'm going to walk you through the breakdown of the budget. I'm going to walk you through step by step how to fill it out. And then at the end, I'm going to share with you the automated budget system that's going to be the most important piece of this. So I break down the budget into 4 steps. Step number one is your income. Subtract out your fixed bills, subtract out your bulk spending, which I'll go into more details in a moment. And everything that you have left is what you have to balance between choosing to what you spend on the day-to-day things and making progress towards your goals. So let's go ahead and see what this looks like in filling out the Budget Warrior tool. Step number one, your income, your monthly take-home pay. This is what is coming home each month, each paycheck, after taxes, after deductions, what's hitting your account. If it's just you, you're just going to put in your income, the source, your work, the net amount, the pay frequency, and then it's going to calculate what that translates to monthly. If you've got a spouse or a partner, you can go ahead and put your spouse or partner's income as well. It's going to total the amount. The one thing that I recommend here is that you leave off quarterly or annual income, whether it's from commissions or from bonuses or other windfalls. We want to build the budget entirely off of your monthly take-home pay so that we can leave your bonuses and other windfalls to exclusively be going towards your goals. After income, we've got your fixed bills. Your fixed bills are expenses that regularly occur every single month and are basically auto-billed to you. So this is things like your rent or mortgage, utilities, cell phone, internet, debt minimum payments, whether it's student loans, car loan, credit card minimum payments, subscriptions, your Netflix, Hulu, Spotify, Amazon Prime, all of those. And if you have any other services that you're subscribed to, whether it's a pet food subscription or a gym membership, list all of those. Doesn't matter whether they're needs or wants. If it's auto billed, it's all going to go in here. Number three is going to be your bulk spending. These are categories that you spend in larger chunks throughout the year, and it's usually every year. These are areas that you regularly spend in, but it's not an every month basis. And the biggest culprits for these are things like travel and vacations, Christmas and holidays. If you own a home and you're regularly doing kind of home repairs or home projects, if you have older kids and they're in sports, you got kids sports, whatever it is, if you've got something that you regularly spend each year in larger chunks but inconsistently, you want to put that in this category. You're going to list the categories, list the annual amount you anticipate or are aiming to spend, and then that's going to break it down monthly. Then you're going to want to take that monthly amount and we're going to budget this. We're going to set this aside in separate savings accounts. We'll talk through high yield savings accounts. That's where this is going to go. But we want to build this into the budget. If we don't build this into the budget, only two things are going to happen. Number one, it's going to end up going on the credit card debt. It's going to end up getting put on a credit card to get put down later. Or number two, it's going to come from what you think is your emergency fund. You've got savings, but that savings keeps constantly getting depleted from the vacations for Christmas home projects. So you think you've got an emergency fund, but you don't really. because you haven't saved for that in addition to these expenses. So we need to build this into the budget. After taking your income, subtracting out the bills, subtracting out the fixed expenses, everything that you have left is what you have to choose between spending on the day-to-day things and making progress towards your goals. The day-to-day things are, as I mentioned, everything that you're swiping throughout the month, your groceries, your eating out, your shopping, your entertainment, your gas. When choosing this number, don't look at the past 3 months, what you've been spending every month for the past 3 months. That hasn't been getting you to where you want to be. What I recommend is a goal-driven approach to your budget. So I want you to think through your financial goals. What are you working towards? What is keeping you up at night? What is stressing you out? What are you motivated to achieve? Whether this is building up an emergency fund, paying off credit card debt, paying off student loans, saving for a home down payment, investing and getting on track for retirement. Whatever your goals are, you want to take what is motivating you and build your budget in that frame of reference. Then put the amount that you want to aim to be saving and see what you have left to spend. Now, when you're choosing what you have to spend versus save, two rules of thumb. I recommend aiming for a minimum of 10% savings. If you're saving less than 10% of your take-home pay, you're not going to be moving the needle. So you need to do, I recommend at least 10%. The second rule is pick a number that is reasonable. Don't be so aggressive in your goals that you're not leaving a realistic, reasonable spending number that you're not going to be able to stick to in the long run. I recommend a number that you can stick to in the long run. Otherwise, you're going to burn out anyway. So pick a number that seems balances both being reasonable and helping you make the kind of progress towards your goals that you want to make. So that's the creating of the budget. It's actually very, very simple. It's a very simple budget to build, but it's also the easy part. It's the sticking to the budget that's the hard part. This is what throws most people off. Lots of people have nice looking budgets, but they don't have a strategy and system to help them stick to and implement it. And that's where the automated budget system is going to come into play. So you're going to need 3 financial accounts: a primary checking account, secondary checking account, and a high yield savings account. Your primary checking account is for your paycheck and your bills. Paycheck goes in, all your bills are automatically deducted. Your secondary checking account is going to be for your monthly spending, which we'll talk through in a moment. This is going to be for your groceries, eating out, shopping, entertainment, gas, everything else you're swiping your cards for. And the third one is your high yield savings account. This is for your bulk spending categories and all other savings goals that you have. We're going to talk through the 2 checking account system. This is what is going to help you automate your monthly spending. And there's 2 parts to it. You've got your primary checking account. This is the one you already have. Your paycheck comes here. Your bills are paid out of this account. And then you've got a second checking account that you're going to open if you don't already have one. And this one I recommend typically at the same bank. And this is going to be used exclusively for all your monthly spending. Again, groceries, eating out, shopping, entertainment, and gas, anything you're swiping your cards for. You're going to set an auto transfer on the first of the month, every month, or you can do it each paycheck. And then each time you spend, whenever you're going out to eat, whenever you're going to the grocery store, whatever you're spending money on, you just check your account balance to see how much you have left to spend before you spend it. And that's going to create instant awareness and instant accountability to your spending, to your budget before you spend the money. Out of everything that has helped my clients, the 2 checking account system will do more for you than anything else to help you spend less and save more. And by the way, when I say spend less, the type of spending that ends up getting filtered out isn't the high value spending, isn't the things that you truly enjoy and value. It's the low value spending. It's the fluff spending. It's the impulse purchases. Those fall by the wayside and you don't end up missing those. You still, with this method, you still get to enjoy spending on the things that you value the most. But as you filter out all the fluff spending, that naturally results in saving way more than you have before. This is where that whole 30%, you're able to save 30% more than you have before. It's because you filter out all the fluff spending. Then we've got the bulk spending method. This is how you automate budgeting for the bulk spending items. You're going to have a high yield savings account with multiple savings accounts for each. You're going to have one for each category. We'll talk through it in a moment, high yield savings accounts. But you're going to set auto transfers to the accounts on the first of each month, or you can do it each paycheck. To jumpstart the budget, you can lump sum fund the categories 3 to 6 months worth. And then when you take the trip or Christmas comes up, you put all expenses on a credit or debit card. And then at the end of it, you reimburse the total amount from your savings. So here's an example. Say your travel vacation budget's $3,000 a year. That's $250 a month. And you lump sum fund it $750 to get it started. January, you put in the 750. February, you put in the 250. In March, another 250. That gives you 1250 by March. March, you take a vacation. Total amount's $1,000. You put it all on a credit card. You get back. You transfer or you reimburse yourself the $1,000 from the bulk savings, from your travel savings. You pay off the card, and you've got $250. And just like that, you covered your vacation without ending up in credit card debt or depleting your emergency fund. You do this, and this is actually going to significantly enhance how much you enjoy your travel and vacations and Christmas and holidays, having the peace of mind that it's not getting paid off from credit cards or depleting your emergency fund. We got your high yield savings accounts. So if you don't know what these are amazing, amazing tools that I recommend. They are fully functional banks, just like every other bank that you already know. Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, all of those, they're fully functional banks just like these. They're FDIC insured, just like all of those. If any of these banks were to ever go under, the FDIC insurance kicks in and your money is protected up to $250,000 at all banks. Some of the differences, though, your brick and mortar banks, Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, they're paying basically 0% in interest. These are paying 10 to 20 times the interest rates. There's no minimum balances. There's no fees. It's easy to have multiple savings accounts that you can name for your specific goals. So you can have one named emergency fund, one named travel, one named Christmas, one named home renovations, one named kids sports. Whatever your bulk spending categories are, whatever your savings goals are, you can have a separate savings account for each of them. That's very helpful because it helps you create boundaries around each of those areas so you don't overspend in one area at the expense of another. There's a lot of these accounts out there. They're very common now. My favorites are Betterment, Wealthfront, and Ally that I recommend to my clients. I personally use Betterment. I used Ally for 10 years before learning about Betterment. But they're all going to be great options. There's other good options as well. Marcus, Barclays, American Express, Capital One, Discover. They've got high yield savings account options as well. If you've already got one, perfect. If you don't have one set up, I recommend you do get one set up to help you implement this automated budget system. So we've talked through a few things. Let's recap the monthly transfers. We've got your paycheck. It's going to go into your primary checking account. From your primary checking account, we're going to set 3 transfers out. One transfer, the first transfer is going to your second checking account. That is going to be for your monthly spending. The second transfer is going to be your high yield savings. This is going to be for your bulk spending categories. And the third transfer is going to be for whatever financial goal you're working on. If it's emergency funds, that's going to go to a high yield savings. If it's debt, it's going towards the debt, or if money is getting invested. Whatever it is, we want to automate the transfer out. By automating the transfers out, it keeps the money. We want to keep it out of the primary checking. Any money that's in our primary checking is kind of spendable money. So we want to get it out of there and give it a specific purpose. By automating this transfers, this is going to help you automate your budget without having to think about it. 5 minutes a month is all it's going to take to just kind of check and make sure everything's working. But if you automate these transfers, you're going to much more easily stick to your spending. You're going to be able to save for your vacations and Christmas, cover those without credit cards, and cover that without dipping into your emergency fund. And you're going to be able to save way more than you have been before. So if you are, first off, I hope that this was helpful. I hope that this tool is helpful. I hope that this training is helpful. If you are feeling like you are wanting more help with your finances, you can schedule a free financial health check. If you're feeling stuck with your finances, if you're not happy with the progress you've been making, if you've had ongoing credit card debt or little to no savings, or you lack direction with your financial goals, you're feeling disorganized, click the link in the email to schedule your free financial health check. We're going to understand where you are today, identify your financial goals, identify any problem areas that need to be addressed. We will identify what specific goal to focus on and what specific actions to take today, and see if you're a good fit for Money Warrior coaching. So if you haven't, clicked on the link in the email to go ahead and schedule your free financial health check and hope to chat with you soon. Oh, lastly, here is don't wait for your financial situation to change. Your finances won't change until you do. If you don't start doing things different, you're going to keep getting the same results that you have been. One thing that I heard recently that I really liked is don't set a goal for more money. Set a goal to become better with your money. And as you are better with your money, more money will follow. So let's get the ball rolling to start improving your finances. Click on the link to schedule your free financial health check and hope to chat with you soon.